You're probably wondering why I've brought you all here today. Well, gamers, that answer is simple. We're facing a national disaster. There are too many games and not enough time. Today, for you all, we at Gamers Among Us propose a solution. The Gamers Watchlist. A series where we will lay out the landscape of gaming and curate it so that you, the gamers, will know what's worth sinking your time into. This week, we're starting off with Yooka-Laylee and the Impossible Lair, the successor to 2017's Yooka-Laylee that brings with it a new playstyle but the same great characters and retro love. Next is Doraemon Story of Seasons, a farming simulator that combines the classic playstyle of the Harvest Moon series with the popular manga series Doraemon. Killer Queen Black comes next, which is an updated home console version of the cult classic team multiplayer arcade game Killer Queen. Finally, we're closing with Little Town Hero, a unique turn-based RPG by the famous developers of the Pokemon series, Game Freak. We're rebuilding the world one game at a time, so step right in, get comfortable, and prepare for information. We kick off today with a game that came as a surprise announcement earlier in the year, without a whole lot of publicity. If you're not familiar, Yooka-Laylee is a game that was released in 2017, and it was essentially a love letter to classic 3D collectathon games such as Spyro the Dragon, Super Mario 64, and, perhaps more specifically, Banjo-Kazooie. All you need to do is look at the title of the game and the shape of the characters to see how close they are, and that was the idea. 2 years later, we've received the sequel nobody saw coming, Yooka-Laylee and the Impossible Lair, which was released on the 8th of October for PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch. This game switches up the formula, playing more like a 2.5D platformer, such as Donkey Kong Country, which makes a ton of sense considering a lot of the creators actually worked on Donkey Kong Country. A 3D overworld is included, but the game takes place across several 2.5D stages that each have a flipped variant, meaning each world provides two entirely different experiences. The evil villain, Capital B, returns, with what he calls the Impossible Lair. This lair is a challenging end-game stage that you can actually attempt at any time throughout the game, but in order to succeed without too much of a challenge, you'll need to progress through the various stages, collecting members of the Royal Battalion for assistance in the lair. We've poked fun at Yooka-Laylee before for being somewhat of a subpar game, but we struggle with resisting the allure of a true throwback to what made games so fantastic about 20 years ago. This one is sure to scratch some itches. Our second game of the day comes in the form of a farming simulator with Doraemon Story of Seasons, which is available as of October 10th for the PC and Nintendo Switch. Story of Seasons is a long-running series of games that went under the name Harvest Moon until 2015, the first entry of which was released back in 1996 for the Super Nintendo. In these games, you take the role of a farmer, tending to your animals, crops, and the locals as you build relationships and gain experience. These are typically very calm games with few obstacles, requiring only careful planning and time management. Doraemon Story of Seasons is a blend of the typical Story of Seasons gameplay with the popular manga series Doraemon, which is one of the best-selling manga series in the world. This story revolves around a robotic cat named Doraemon who travels back to the current time from the 22nd century. With his first venture in video game farming, he's transported to a strange new place called Shizentown. Here, he settles into his new life with friends from the series while searching for his secret gadgets that were lost during the travel. If you're a fan of any games like Harvest Moon or Stardew Valley, there's sure to be a lot here for you. Being a fan of the many shows, movies, or manga that star Doraemon will also be a plus, but even if you're not familiar with the character, this would be a fantastic way to become acquainted. Our third game focuses on the ultimate arcade esport, coming home with Killer Queen Black. KQB came out on October 11th, 2019, and is developed and published by Liquid Bit, LLC, and Bumble Bear Games. This game will be available on PC, Xbox One, and the Nintendo Switch. The point of the game is to battle for the Hive in 2 teams of 4. 1 queen with 3 workers. Fear not if you are the worker, as they excel in adaptability, making them essential for game-winning objectives. While yes, at first you will be defenseless, aiming to grab a berry and take it through the gates, after a while workers can boost their speed to become soldiers, which allows you to wield maces, swords, shields, and laser rifles. This helps to make the battles quick death grinds and gives you the option to pick up different forms of fighting with 3 different types of victories. Those victories include economic, military, and snail. Economic allows for the workers to collect berries on the battlefield and bring them back to home base. Collect enough of these berries and you win! Military victory is pretty self-explanatory. Slay the opposing team's queen 3 times with either your queen or a soldier to win. And last, we have snail victory. 1 small snail sits in the middle of each map, which you will need to get on and ride that buckaroo to victory. A very, very slow victory, as this is essentially a slow tug of war. Each worker or soldier can ride the snail and move it back and forth across the map. Once you ride it all the way back to your base, you win. Win 3 times and the game ends, letting you ascend to the ranks to become the black team. At any given time, there is only 1 black team playing in the world, cloaked in special glowing outfits. Anytime they are dethroned, it is broadcast worldwide, giving everyone more incentive to hop on and race their way to the top and become the new killer queen. Last, we jump into the upcoming role-playing video game developed by Game Freak titled Little Town Hero, which will be coming out on October 16th exclusively for the Nintendo Switch. The story is a tale as old as time. Wait, sorry, no. The story is set long, long ago in a galaxy far— nope. Sorry, that's not it either. Huh. Well, this story is set in an isolated village on the edge of the world. The only gate leading outside is heavily guarded by a castle which villagers are not permitted to leave. But guess what? The protagonist is just a little different than others, and he wants to see the outside world. After a monster appears in the village, shocking everyone because until then, no one knew such creatures existed. You'll be playing the part of the plucky young protagonist who uses ideas to take down his enemies, as combat focuses on turn-based ideas with your idea and strategies being the center point of the battle. Like any RPG style game, you'll have to grind through the weak monsters to grow yourself into a true warrior. During battles, you can move around the map to get help from the townsfolk, allowing you to incorporate their ideas and skills to help take down the monsters. Another cool feature you can use each idea to counterattack the opponent's attacks. Another tidbit is that all music was made by the Undertale creator Toby Fox. We can't wait to hop into battle with this new concept and play this game. That's a wrap, everyone! I hope you enjoyed swinging around with Yooka-Laylee, planting crops and milking cows with Doraemon Story of Seasons, killing queens in Killer Queen Black, and using your brain over brawn in Little Town Hero. We've covered games of all different types and genres this week, so I'm sure you'll find something up your alley no matter which game you choose. Let us know if you enjoyed the video by leaving a like, and if you want to keep up with other games coming out, hit the subscribe button and check out our podcast as well. We also have a Discord where you can chat with fellow gamers about games both new and old, so be sure to check out our various links below for even more fun. This is Trick Enigma, and thanks for watching! And that's it, we're done. Bye, bitches!